Step 3, you talk about needs to be taught, and this is when I guess you come to, or a reader come to a realization that, hey, I don't know everything. You don't know, you don't. Correction. The reader comes to a realization that you know that you don't know.
Here, we're talking about realization. I've gone through step 1 about I don't know that I don't know. Yeah. I've gone through step 2 that I don't know that I know.
Yeah.
Now step 3, I know that I don't know.
Yes.
That's okay.
Yeah.
That's where we want you to be.
That's where we want you to be.
Because all of a sudden, now your juices are flowing. Now your mental capabilities are going, I know that I don't know about patriotism.
Yes.
I know that I don't know about world civility. I know that I don't know how to lead my family. I know that I don't know how to encourage my country. I know that I don't know how to be a leader in my tribe or in my community or in my family. I know that I don't know. Please, somebody teach me. That's a great place to be. Because all of a sudden, you are available. You are willing, you're accessible to be taught. I was at that place not too long ago when I was asked by Ambassador Rivers to develop the narrative on patriotism. He saw a video that I had produced on the American flag. And perhaps I'll include that. As a matter of fact, Dr. Harlall, remind me to send you that video clip on the American flag where you can include that in here.
Yes.
And I want you to view it. Dr. Harlall was at that presentation that was done in Florida.
Yes.
And he said, there is an angry man. And you may come to the same conclusion. As a matter of fact, when I listened to it the first time, I thought the same. But it's passion. And I knew that I needed to be taught. I knew that I didn't know. When Dr. Rivers asked me, he said, you have the essence of patriotism and this needs to be brought to the world. Well, I went to look for research and studies, and I could not find anything on the subject other than a definition.
Wow,
the dictionary had it. There was no books written on it. I'm going, okay, so what do we do? So I had to pour into myself, pour into the study, pour into the research that I didn't know. So I had to be taught. So I read different books that talked about patriotism or how it was modeled, or different people who were patriotic. And I began to develop the paradigm of patriotism that we're discussing now.
Yes.
So if I have to be taught that, and I'm supposed to be, I see, no one should think more highly of themselves than they ought to think. I'm supposed to be the expert, well, in fact, I am now, but then I was supposed to be the expert on. If I have to be taught, then I'm going to submit to you in a humble manner. You have to be taught. It's not that you are ignorant in any manner. I don't care if you're the President of the United States, if you're the King and Queen of England, or if you were just graduated from college, or if you've never been to college, or if you're in high school, or elementary school, for it's never too young to learn. You need to be taught. And with that understanding, we can start breaking down the concepts of what this thing called the Institution of Patriotism is all about. Because and not only that, now watch this, if I apply this to all areas of my life, the physical, the financial, the spiritual, the emotional, and I look at step 1, step 2, and step 3 up to this point, and apply those precepts. Do I know it? Do I not know it? Do I know that I don't know it? Etc. You can begin to affect your life in ways that you've never dreamed of. So not only in this concept of patriotism, but in any area of your life. It will expose the lie. And I said earlier, expose the truth. If I can correct that, and thank you so much for working with me for it's a living document, it's going to expose the lie and reveal the truth.
Yes. Wow. Step 4, sir, you talk about knowledge. And in this portion is where it gets good. And sometimes we all think we're always only here and skip the first 3 steps. You know what you know. You know that you know.
We make that mistake, Dr. Harlall.
Yeah, certainty. This is certainty. Now.
Many times we come into a situation, listen, when you first graduated from college, before you got your doctorate and you got your first job, your first real job, couldn't tell you anything, man, you were a spitfire. And you knew that you knew. Wrong. we knew that we didn't know where we should have been. And many times we put ourselves there, we want to skip steps. We want to get right to winning the game. We don't want to have the mud in our face and play first down, second down, third down. We want the touchdown right off. And so, but when we get here, if we put in the work, if we've put in the work of step 1, 2, and 3, we get to step 4. We know that we know. I'm at the point in the Institution of Patriotism of knowing that I know, because I put in the work. This has been a year-long labor. This was not something written overnight. This was something developed, vetted, tested, and vitalized. And I know that I know this. And you know that you know you need to learn this. We're both on the same page. We know that we know. Dr. Harlall knows that he knows this needs to get out to the world. That's why this tape was made. So everything works jointly together when you know that you know. But you cannot skip steps 1, 2, or 3 and go straight to step 4. It's like a monopoly. Do not pass go, do not collect $200. If you do not do step 1, 2, and 3, step 4 will not work. It will fail every time. And then what will happen is excuses will start to inset, because you'll say, well, I know that I know, but it didn't work. But Dr. Harlall, I submit to you, why didn't it work? Go, oh, we skipped 1, 2, and 3. Well, if you were sick, and I love to give examples because it makes it real and it brings it home. But if you were sick with a cold, and the doctor said, okay, I need you to take this medicine at 8 o'clock, this medicine at 12 o'clock, this medicine at 4 o'clock, and this medicine before you go to bed, and do that for 3 days straight, your cold will be over. And you don't take the medicine at 8 o'clock, and then you don't take it at 12 o'clock, you don't take it at 4 o'clock. But you take the medicine at bedtime, and you go to sleep. And you do that first day, the second day, and third day, and the fourth day you wake up, and you still have the cold. You call the doctor, and he goes, doctor, I'm still sick, and you told me 3 days. He said, what, did you do what I told you? Well, I took the medicine at bedtime. He said, no, did you do what I told you in the sequence? You go, well, no. Well, he said, what did you do? Well, I took the medicine just before bedtime. And that's all I did. He says, well, you don't expect to be well if you don't follow the instructions. Follow the instructions is what I'm saying. Don't skip. Don't do yourself a disservice, because all you'll be doing is wasting time and wasting energy and wasting effort.
Wow, and now in the end of chapter 5, I see what you really mean in the opening statement, that as you understand each of these 4 phases, you will begin to embrace, I love this word, embrace the idea that patriotism is the only concept that will allow your country, community, tribe, and family to have longevity.
Absolutely. And the word there, you said embrace. We'll go back to it. It's not merely touching it. It's not merely taking a hold of it. But embrace it is grabbing it.
And never let go.
Holding on to it with all of your strength, all of your might, all of your life. Embrace it as the guy wanted to know God. When he was pushed down into the water and he was fighting for that breath, that's embracing it.
Wow.
I want you to embrace this. Why do I want to embrace it? So you can be set free. This will far reach into your life, your lifestyle, your family for generations to come. And I'll never know about it, but I'll rejoice at it, knowing that someone has actually put these concepts into action. And you and your family for generations to come will be better for it. Wouldn't that be a legacy for you? Wouldn't you be smiling to know that you were the difference maker? You, as I said earlier, were the possibility maker.
Wow, wow. And in the in chapter 6, we'll be talking about life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Wow, I'm excited for chapter.
It's one of my favorites.
Yeah, I'm excited, and I'm sure you're excited. So we'll see you in the next segment. Be sure to go over there right now.